Oh, yes, episode 150. I'm your host, Alex Woody, comedian, dad, entrepreneur, enthusiast of food, dump of the toileter. Yes, I'm wearing a Nike hat and an Adidas shirt. Don't sue me, guy. I don't have a lawyer or assets. We're feeling great. Feeling better than we did the other day. The other day was National Coffee Day, aka National Dry Mouth Headache and Diarrhea Day. Yeah, I celebrated on the toilet. It's good to be here. You know that? It really is. This is my time away from the fam. You see how I kicked my son out of his room? I live here now. Scram, dude. Go sleep in my room. Go deal with that shit. And let me know what's going on. So he's hearing all about the bills and everything we gotta do. And I love it. I get to act like a kid and live in here. It's great. It's like we switch roles. It's amazing. My wife hates it, but I love it. As long as I got the phone, I'm cool, baby. So we're feeling great. I can't believe I'm at episode 150. Eat your heart out, Mr. Crapshoot. Oh, Mr. Crapshoot was an asshole. Eat your heart out, guy. We made it. We're balling. I got Hollywood calling me. I got Bollywood bugging my asshole. Dude, I'll do your movie. Just chill, okay? I got people calling me. We're blowing up, guy. I'm so pumped. I got my 2021 kitten calendar. That's my 2020. Oh, the 2021's on its way. It gets here Friday. And here's my thing. You can't open up a calendar until the year. You open up a calendar on 2020, the year before, and it's not good luck. You're gonna break a mother's back. You're gonna jump on a black cat. It's not gonna be good. So here's the deal, guy. You open up the calendar January 1st on the hangover day, and you see the little kittens, and it makes your New Year's hangover better. And you got the football on, you're like, yeah, I love being American with my feet up. I love it. And I don't even cut my toenails. Freedom, baby. That's freedom. If you live in America, you don't have to cut your toenails. Some countries, they make you cut your toenails. Some of them, they make you grow them out. America, you can have them any size. Yeah, my wife loves it. My wife loves that I have long toenails that cut her and make her bleed. She loves it. I did a comedy gig the other day. Yes, I do comedy. I know. Look at me. Hey, baby, I'm in Hollywood. Yeah, we did comedy the other day, and it was an outdoor show. And what happened is I went to one that didn't have that great of a crowd, and my buddy was like, you need to come to this other one. And so we went to this other show on the other side of this park, other side of this lake. It's huge lake. It's in Oakland. It's called Lake Merritt. Huge lake, huge park. One side of the park, it's all like white hipsters, and the other side's the urban side, the darker side. I love the darker side. They're a little more free going with the music, the barbecues. It's great. I love it. We head over there. Now here's my thing. Have you ever gotten that's oh, there goes my heart. Have you ever gotten that spidey sense where you're like, maybe I shouldn't be out. Maybe I should go home. Something bad's gonna happen. Well, I was getting that with my body. See, I had Jack in the Box earlier, and I had the fast food, and I'm in the line, and I'm thinking, this can't be good. And I really thought it can't be good when the drive-through window guy, his arm is shaking when he's handing me the bag. That's never a good sign when the fast food guy is like, he's giving that look, Eesh. But I ate it anyways. Because this is America. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We have medium-sized toenails, and we can eat food that could kill us like that. I'm telling you, I ate this shit. Let me tell you, you're fat when you have a meal that is the equivalent of your daily intake amount. I had a 2,000 calorie meal at this fast food place. It was basically one breakfast burrito that had everything in it. It had hamburger, hot dog, Captain Crunch, I mean, it had everything in it. I had that thing. My belly grew 5 inches. I felt like a pregnant woman with big tits. You know, I was like, what am I, 8 months? I'm telling you, it was so much pain throughout the day. Have you ever had that fast food meal early in the day? You're like hungover. Maybe you had a couple beers the night before with the wife. You're not feeling good, so you're gonna eat whatever. You're not thinking straight. And that's what happened with me. I wasn't thinking straight. Just give me this. I couldn't eat everything. Anything. You know how you're not thinking straight and you could just eat. I'll eat whatever. Yeah, yeah. Oh, rat shit. Yeah, whatever. Guano, bat shit. Yeah. I mean, that's how Corona started. The guy was drunk. He was in Wuhan. He was and the guy just said, "Give me whatever." And he's eating the bat. He didn't even know he had the wing in his mouth. Have you ever been so drunk you don't even know what you're eating? And you're just Of course you have. You know what I mean? That's what that guy did in Wuhan, and here we are. Hey, guy, I get it. I can't blame you. We've all been there. I remember one time I jerked off my cousin when I was drunk. You know, we all do weird shit when we're hammered and we don't think, right? So I'm fucking devastated from the non-thinking. I'm thinking maybe I should start thinking. You know what I mean? Because now we're in a predicament. Now we're in a situation that is going to get us in trouble. But here's the other situation. We love stand-up. We want to get better at stand-up. There's not much stand-up to do, so we want to do any stand-up we can. And the wife is yelling about bills and how you use the wrong sponge. Have you ever used the wrong sponge? Oh my God. And all my friends single, they're like, yeah, I'm glad I'm single. This guy's life sounds shitty. This guy, I just listen because he's got 5 listeners. So, don't use the wrong sponge. That's my point. But, I had to get out. But I had that tingling feeling something bad could happen. But I took the risk anyways. Fuck it. We did Oxycontin from 2009, 2013. We'll take risks. You know what I mean? So we're walking over to the other side of the park, and you could tell that the demographic of people changed from one side of the park to the other. It's like quiet acoustic guitar. Baby, I love you. You see people with flowers in their hands. And you keep going to another street, and it's like boom, boom, boom. The ground starts vibrating. The closer you get to that side of the park, boom, boom, boom. I was like, yeah, we're getting to the urban side. We're getting close. I think one of my friends says, I think we're getting close. Oh my God. I didn't think people were out during these times with the corona. It was cracking. If you have a chance to come to Oakland, California, Lake Merritt, hey, flights are cheap. And I bet you they don't make you quarantine here. You know, Hawaii and these nice places that make you quarantine. I bet you Oakland, they're like, just come on in. I'm telling you, they had food trucks. Corona's gone. The people are not thinking about it. People aren't thinking about it, especially drinking. You know, you have a drink, right? Look at this. Podcast sponsored by Lagunitas. Not really. They're going to kill me knowing that. They're like, we can't sponsor this guy. But this podcast is sponsored by Lagunitas beer right here. Hang on, let's take a sip. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's refreshing. There's nothing like a chug of beer. Oh, I love America. I just love life. It's not just America, just life, you know? The food trucks, the people, I couldn't believe it. You'd think it was 2021. I was like, this is great. You hear the you see the mic. It's like a stage right on the water. And there's people gathered around, urbanites, also white people. I saw a couple Filipinos. I saw some Swedish people, all sorts. I'm like, what am I, in a crock pot? It was all sorts of different types of people, different types of things. And I saw one of my buddies, Jerry Law. Shout out to Jerry Law. He's a comedian. Black guy, love him. And he was hammered. Someone's hammered when you hug them and you can just smell alcohol. I was like, I love this guy. I miss this motherfucker. You miss people. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how much I appreciated comedy until now. I'm like, fuck, this is great. People were drinking and joking. I think we were laughing about some Asian guy that we saw fall on a scooter. That's the fun part about hanging out with comedians. We can laugh about whatever. No one's getting butthurt. No one's crying. Oh my God, you made a joke about Rick Moranis on Twitter. How could you? Yeah, I made a joke on Twitter. Oh yeah, go follow me, Alex Wood Comedy. You'll see it. All these people freak out because I make a joke. You know, you guys saw this actor from the '80s, Rick Moranis. Oh my God, he was in a couple movies. Gets punched in the face. Guy, we all got sucker punched in the face by a stranger. So this guy gets punched by, this '80s actor gets punched in the face by a stranger. He's fine, and I make some joke. Hey, apparently they're filming some movie called, Honey, I Got Punched by a Stranger. Right? A little play onto his movies. I thought it was kind of clever. I felt good about it. But oh my God, all these Rick Moranis fans. How could you? You're not a comedian. Fuck you. You're horrible. Guess what, guy? I don't look at that shit. I took one glance. I was like, hey, word of advice, if you want to get on Twitter and say some shit, don't look at the responses. Oh my God, I saw some shit. I was like, I'm ready to quit. This is horrible. You want to kill my mother and her fucking vagina? This is gruesome. There's people who are crazy on Twitter. My point is, none of those motherfuckers are at the park. Twitter is not real. These are real people. I don't give a fuck about Rick Moranis. I was talking to Jerry, and Jerry was like, Rick Moranis has sucked my black cock. I was like, fuck yeah. I love comedians, That's the type of people I like hanging out with. The people that listen to this podcast, you guys are that people. I know you are. You guys don't give a fuck. You guys just want to laugh and have a good time. I like that. But these Twitter people, oh my God, you made an offensive joke kind of about some '80s actor that I watched when I was homesick a couple of times with the chickenpox. Guess what, Lisa? Suck my cock. You know what I mean? These people on there, suck it. That's all you gotta say. It doesn't matter. I care about the people that listen to this podcast. I care about my family, friends, Jerry Law. That's who I care about. I don't care about, beauty check 2192. I don't care about you. Oh, so what? So what, you think I couldn't handle owning a turtle? I can own an animal. I could totally own a turtle. Give it lettuce and carrots. I'm smart. Oh, God. This beer is great. So I'm hanging out at this gig, and I'm on the list, but that Jack in the Box, that fast food, that tingly sense that I know something wrong was gonna happen, happened. It just hit me out of the blue. I felt like I was in front of Sunshine Saloon in 2013 when I was hammered, knocking on cars, getting sucker punched by a guy because I knocked on the wrong car. That's how I felt. I got sucker punched by Jack in the Box, right in the gut. And I'm second to go up. There's two comedians in front of me, so I'm third to go up. That was horrible at math. Yeah, I'm about to go up, and I have to shit. Guess what? I'm at a park. It's Corona epidemic 2020 times. There's no bathrooms open. Have you been in a restaurant or a Starbucks or any place of business lately? All the bathrooms says closed to customers. Closed, not working. Oh yeah, sure, guy. So I got nowhere to go. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go in an alleyway. I'm asking the host of the comedy show. I'm like, have you ever shit outside? Hey, have you ever shit in an alley? I'm asking this guy like, hey, you have to like, don't let me go too long. I'm about to shit my pants. I might not go up. I'm like tripping out. He's like, dude, you gotta calm down. I'm tripping out, And I was hoping to get ghosted by my shit. You never want to get ghosted by a person, but you want to get ghosted by some unwanted shit. I'm gonna go shit on my time. And I don't want to shit in the alley. I want to shit in my bathroom. That's my time. In my bathroom. And I'm tripping and walking around the park. Black people were looking at me like, this white boy got a gun. And finally, when I knew my time was coming up to go on stage, it finally went away. It was weird. My body was like, this guy, he's not going to shit in the alley. We don't got him. Let's just wait. So the poo ghosted me, thank God. And I ended up going up, and I was so hyped up and shit, and I didn't really know how to take the crowd on. You know what I mean? I saw a lot of football jerseys. I saw a lot of drinks, a lot of smoke. And I just went up a little too strong. I was like, hey, that sounded like woman vagina and orgasm. And I see people covering kids' ears, like, oh my God. I was like, okay, I got a little too excited. You can see it looks like I ate paint chips as a kid. Let me start over. But one thing I did learn is I fumbled on a punchline. And then I told him what I was dealing with the Jack in the Box and stuff. And I started making jokes. And my set went better. I was like, huh, if you're honest, the set will go well. There's something to that. So we're learning as a comedian, we're happy, and guess what? We've got some shows coming up in October. And anyone in the Bay Area, anyone coming in the Bay Area, the Hollywood producers listen to this, Netflix, we are going to be at Marina Lounge October 23rd. In San Leandro. That's a fun show. So DM me _Alex Woody comedy if you want directions. It's a free show. You can check out that under Woody _Alex Woody comedy for more details. I'll be posting stuff about it. But October 23rd, and then just to go back in the future a little bit from that, I'll be at the Comedy on the Street in San Rafael, California, which is about 30 minutes away from me on the North Bay, okay? Hollywood producers, if you're listening. That is 7 o'clock. Hit me up on the Instagram or look out for posts. I'll be posting details about directions and where that's at. But that's San Rafael, 7:30, Comedy on the Street, and that's October 17th. See what I did there? I started from the 23rd and then went back to 17th. Just fuck with you a little bit. Just keep you on your toes. You know what I mean? I think we might go back to that drinking game where every time I say, you know what I mean, you have to drink. You know what I mean? Hell of a drink. I think I just said that just to drink. You know what I mean? You know you're alcoholic when you start a game to play just to drink. You know what I mean? Getting drunk here. Baseball playoffs are going on right now. The MLB, they got the playoffs going on, which is always a great excuse to drink. You know you're an alcoholic when you use a baseball game as an excuse to drink. People are asking you, what teams are playing? I don't know. You got the 30 pack? Got the cigars? Let's boogie, baby. What about your pawns? Fuck them. Baseball's on, right? But here's the thing, I get it. Baseball's so boring, you gotta have a drink. Dude, if you can't sleep at night, put on a baseball game. I put on one of those classic baseball games when I'm having those panic attacks at night. Oh my God, what's happening with my life? I should have stayed in school. And I fall asleep instantly. As soon as I hear ball 3, I'm out. It's too slow of a game. I couldn't imagine doing cocaine and watching baseball. That would be horrible. I'd be, come on. It'd be horrible. But a downer like alcohol, perfect. Even an edible weed, even better. You're like, what's going on? That's the perfect state you want to be in watching baseball. You don't want to know what's going on. You just want to be, you want to be catatonic. You know what I mean? It's disgusting, but fun to have an excuse to tell the wife, you know, so you can have an excuse to say, hey, why are you with your friends? Oh, baseball. You've been hanging out with your friends a lot lately. Oh, yeah, you know, baseball playoffs are on it. Oh, who's playing? I don't know. Cincinnati, who gives a fuck? By the way, you know what I was thinking about? The Lord of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. He's got to be immune to this whole fucking thing. This whole coronavirus thing. He's got to be immune to it. He ate that bat back in, you know you're drunk when you can't pronounce the words. He ate that bat back in like fucking 79. And once you have a bat, that's it. Just like once you go black, that's it. Once you have a bat, you're immune. You don't have rabies or convulsions after eating a bat. You're cool. And Ozzy didn't even know he ate a bat. Did you know that? Go back. You go on YouTube and research it. he's up there and he's probably hammered on something. Ozzy, I'm fucking Ozzy Osbourne. And this bat came out of the blue. And he thought it was a fake bat. And he's like, "I'll bite the head off a fake bat," which would hurt your teeth. Have you ever did plastic to open up something? That hurts. I couldn't imagine, But he fucking ate a real bat's head without knowing it until he was like halfway in. Can you imagine? You think it's a fake bat, and you're like, "This isn't fake." And he was like, "Oh, bloody fuck. I'm bloody fucking here." I like bat, actually. He's just been eating bat ever since. But that motherfucker, you've seen him on TV and shit. He had that reality show back in the early 2000s. He's been shaking and shit. All the fucking crazy bats and drugs he's done. He was in that one Motley Crue movie, which was like a true documentary style. A lot of the stuff was taken from the true on the road shit. And there was a point where Ozzy's sorting ants off the ground with Motley Crue. And you see him now and you believe it because he's like shaking. And he's been shaking since the early 2000s. And that motherfucker's still not dead. And I just read an article. He has sex a couple times a week. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Maybe that shaking does work. Maybe I need to start shaking. You know what I mean? Maybe he shakes so much. His wife's like, "Oh yeah, I'll see. Oh, like that." Ozzy's like, "I'm not doing anything." She's like, "Just keep shaking, you fucking dumb catatonic fuck." You know what I mean? He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, "Just give me another bat." Speaking of bats, my wife doesn't like vampires. She talks about them like they're real. I'll start talking about like a new vampire movie or something. She's like, "Don't talk about it. Don't." I'm like, it's fake, right? She's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't. I'm like, babe, all dead lives matter. VLML. I think I met the smartest person alive the other day. I asked them, "Do you ever drink?" And they go, "I had a drink once. I said some really embarrassing things. And I thought, this is probably not a good idea. I haven't had a drink since." I'm like, huh. I wish I was as smart as you. And this guy doesn't look smart at all. This guy looks like he's one step away from the helmet. And I'm double thinking, I'm like, how did this guy figure it out? You know what I mean? But does he have it figured out? Because I love saying embarrassing shit. Hence the podcast, right? Hence comedy. Oh my god. And alcohol helps you say more embarrassing shit. That's the good thing about it. But this guy, he's got it made. He's got it figured out for sure, Smarter than a whip, people will say about this guy. Which doesn't make sense. Because he should be smarter than a whip. Whips don't have minds. Duh. The fuck? My spelling is so bad, you would think English is my second language. Proud. This podcast is brought to you by Silver Tongue Audio. It's the only ad I have, so hang on a sec. Hang on, you hear that? It's the last of it. Hang on. Oh, that's good. Silver Tongue Audio. Go to the website silvertongueaudio.org and you'll see that my podcasts and all the episodes are there for free downloads. Yes, free downloads. Also, there are some other podcasts on there that I love. One being Dazed and Disturbed. It's about disturbing things, but kind of in a light manner. And with the help of Mary Jane, it really makes it light and fun. Go check it out. That's Dazed and Disturbed. And all free downloads, too. Also, the NPC podcast, the non-player character podcast. This is a great podcast. It stands for non-player character. Did I mention that? It's a video game podcast, and they talk about video games. And these people love video games, but they're also in the business. They know people in the business, and they love the business. So go check out NPC Podcast, all free downloads, and they got a bunch. It'll keep you occupied. Dazed and Disturbed, and my podcast, Midnight in the Bay, right there. Silvertongue Audio. Bam. Silvertongueaudio.org. Org is a lot cooler than edu or .com. Ugh, disgusting. Get out of here, education. Go there. It's fun. Maybe I help you figure out this. I saw a car the other day. License plate said, dry fast. Dry fast. Interesting. Don't think I could handle you. I need someone that can be wet. Have you ever been with someone that's dry all the time? You gotta like say sweet things to them. Man, I love you. You're great. You're great. Get wet. Please get wet. I need someone wet all the time. I need someone a little loose. You know what I mean? I don't need someone that, you need to do more. Yeah. No. I need someone. Come on. Let's get the lubrication going. Have you ever done it on a dry? Ugh. I don't know how people do dead people. It's weird. Too dry. It hurt. On occasion, I will donate food to strangers. Okay? Because I'm a good person. That's what I do. I do good deeds. And the other day, I'm at a Subway. And I had the guy make the sandwich. Bada bing, bada boom. And he goes, that'll be $9. And I look at my wallet. Don't have the money. I tell him a lie. Have you done this? I tell him a lie. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the ATM, I'll be back. I'm not coming back. And he sees my face, I'm coming back. And he's like winking at me. Oh yeah, sure, guy. I leave happy. I'm in the car. I did something great. Because you know what? That guy who hates his fucking life because he works at a Subway just got a free sandwich. Those guys love when you do that, when you bail. Because the sandwich is made and they can't throw it away. They have to eat it. It's company rule. So you're welcome, Jose. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. You guys should think about doing something that gives back. You know? I know I'm a great example. I'm great. I've never been a threat when it comes to women. I remember growing up, boyfriends would have me take care of their girlfriend. I'm like, do I look that gay? Am I that fruity? But I was always a chubby, goofy guy. I was never the bad boy. Oh my God, I knew some bad boys that'd be smoking cigarettes when they were 14, hair slicked back. Girls just want to automatically suck their wiener. And I'm there goofy. No chick wants to suck a goofy fat guy's wiener unless they're a goofy fat chick. You know what I mean? I always had the fat chicks come at me. And you know what, fat chicks? I'm sorry I didn't bang you. I would have been, But I was so picky as a young guy. I was so full of myself. You gotta know who you are and love who you are before you can love someone else. Didn't someone wise say that? Didn't Rooster Teeth Feathers say that? You know? I hate how picky I was. I'm gonna tell my kid, don't be picky. Just bang whoever. You know? And I'm really am. The chicks out there, I'm sorry. I was picky. I watch these movies and I'm thinking, hey. And when you get older, you're like more attracted to people that have scars and dimples and cellulite. I love cellulite now. As a kid, I was like, no, it can't be. It's got to be perfect. You know? But now, I love it. If you have stretch marks, oh my God. But as a kid, you're like, oh. And I'm ashamed of it. I should have been going after what I could handle. I remember making out with this chick that was way out of my range. And she's looking at me like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And I'm looking at her like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then that's when it ended because she was like, yeah, I gotta go find a bad boy. I gotta go find a guy with slick hair who's half Mexican, half black, with a basketball jersey on, you know? It was just, do you ever wish you could go back and and just live it a little differently? I love to go back. Still have my kid and wife later on, but let me go back to that point, and then I'll come back here when it's over. But let me go change the past a little bit. I wonder if you have that. If you help out enough people when you get to heaven, if you have that opportunity. Maybe I need to lie that I'm going to the ATM more to fast food joints, and I can have that option. But I'd love to go back to high school, and the chicks that came up to me that wanted to date me, the one with the limp and the one with the lazy eye and the 5 pairs of glasses. Sorry, I didn't beg you. I should have. You know, the one with the jump rope who had the green hair. I should have. He looked like a dude, but hey, who cares? You know, that's in right now. So, we have regrets, but it's how you move on from it, right? And we're going to be helping younger kids. I think I'm going to start giving back in another way of maybe going to schools once they start to open, like elementary, maybe middle school, early. Just tell them, look, when you get to high school, when you get to college, you're going to be picky, but don't, okay? Ladies, you're going to be picky, but don't. Bang who's at your level. Bang who's at your body type. If you're 208,000 pounds, don't go after a 1,900 pound chick. You know what I mean? Go after someone at your level or bigger. And let me tell you, the more cushion, the more pushing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go to schools and talk to them about that. You have to give back. You have to do what's good for society. And letting people not make the same mistakes you did is right for society. Not a genius guy, not Martin Luther King here. Just a guy preaching what's in his head. By the way, this podcast is called the Drunkcast. I like to wear clothing of old companies that I used to work for. I don't know about you, but I hate shopping, and I'm just going to wear whatever's laying around. And if it's an old Safeway shirt, I'm going to wear it. But here's the problem. When you're at one of those places of business and you're wearing your old company shirt, it gets a little awkward. I'm at a Target the other day, and I'm wearing my old Target employee shirt, the red one, you know? Have you ever made that mistake, though? You can just walk into a Target with a red shirt, and someone will approach you. But I'm making it worse, and I'm wearing an actual old Target shirt. I'm just putting on whatever. I'm there with the wife, you know. I don't really want to be there. And this lady comes up to me, and she's like, I need this. What aisle is this on? I was at your return station. She's full of stuff. And I'm like, cool it, lady, I don't work here. And she's like, very funny, but I need this and that, and your Starbucks is closed. What the hell is wrong with that? And I go, I really don't work here. I'm here with my wife. I used to work here. And she's like, very funny, chubby guy. And I'm right there when she said chubby guy. I was like, all right. Listen, birthmark on face that I'm trying not to look at. I don't work here, okay? I'm not playing a joke with you. I do not work here. And that's when she got the manager. I swear to God, she got the manager, and she comes over and she starts pointing at me. This employee, he's messing with me. He's rude. It's not funny. And the manager goes, I've never seen that guy before. And that's when I looked at her and just went, yeah. I look like a Fortnite character. Yeah. Take that. But let me tell you, it was awkward, but it made the shopping a little more exciting. Because usually I'm just standing there and I'm just like holding all the clothes for my wife. Like, have you ever seen those husbands? It's fun. Let me tell you, it's great. Oh, cool. Couldn't you just gotten a shopping cart to go with you? That's what I wanted to tell her. I was feeling great when that happened. See ya, lady. See ya, Karen. It's awkward. I made a mistake one time of wearing a referee shirt. I was refereeing a basketball game for kids, telling them, betting people at their level. And I went into a Foot Locker to get new shoes, and people were coming up to me, hey man, let me get this size and this size, I love these Jordans, and let me get this. I'm like, dude, I don't work here. And you know what that made me realize? All these awkward things. And you start buying clothes, and you stop being so fucking lazy and cheap, Because every time that happened, it happened at Target, Safeway, and Foot Locker. People looked at me like they wanted to kill me. Like I'm Ashton Kutcher, and I just pulled the biggest prank on them. Like, dude, I'm poor, fat, and lazy. Give me a break. Give me a Kit Kat bar. But don't, because I'm fat and lazy. I want to get better. You like how I add the laugh just to try to make it funny? I wonder how many white people are going to buy Black Lives Matter clothing for their black friends. Oh, here you go, Darnell. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Like, they probably already have it. You know what I mean? It's awkward when white people are like, oh, you on the rally, Darnell? Like, they want to ask, like, yeah, they're going. It's part of their thing. Like, you don't need to get confirmation. I have one of those friends. Anytime we hang out with a black person, hey, I really hate what's going on. Yeah, they do too. You think they want to talk about it? Like, shut up. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about baseball, movies, anything. That's like the last thing they would talk about. Hey, these cops are really horrible. Yeah, no shit. We hear it on the news all the time. Why are you bringing it up? Those friends are the best. Those are the same friends on Facebook that post news updates that we're getting on our phone at the same time. Hey, did you hear so-and-so died? Yeah, I just got the update on my phone. I don't think you need to post anything. These people post like news headlines. I'm like, if you want to do that, just go work at the fucking station. You've heard of a hit and run? How about a flip and run? Heard of a flip and run? I was driving the other day, and I might have cut someone off a little bit. Whoopsie daisy. And the guy flips me off. I can see him in the back, in the back of my windshield, flipping me off. And so we go down this long stretch, and I get to the stop sign, and it's 2 lanes, and he gets to the stop sign right next to me. But I get there first, and before he can get there, I'm getting ready to give him the finger and just say something and turn and get out of there. He pulls up, and I'm like, fuck you, with the finger. But, like, I'm set up to do that to him without, like, seeing him first. And this guy, he looked fucking nuts, okay? He looked like he worked for Walter White. This guy looked like he grew up in a trailer park, meth lab number 5, okay? And he just looked at me like, holy shit, this guy did not just do what he did. And I turn, and he turns out of that lane, cuts off another car, and starts following me. And that's when I book it, guy. I just go, boom! I'm like, I'm in an Italian job, and my job as an Italian is to get out of here. Dude, I was swerving more than James Bond in 1965, and I'm in the company car, too. I'm like, I'm cutting off people because I don't want to get beat up. Have you ever done that? You flip off someone and then they start chasing you, they're pissed. I had one guy follow me to San Jose one time. I was so scared. I started praying. You ever get so scared you start praying? I'm like, I don't even believe in you, but I'm praying. Dude, I'll flip you off, but I'm not fighting. That was the one thing I was thinking about. Let this guy catch up to me and start hitting me in the face. I'm like, why are you punching me? You flipped me off first. You know? But they have those deranged guys. You do anything back to them, and it's like, I'm gonna kill this guy. You know who I need to kill? My roommates. They're driving me crazy. Yeah, the other day, one of them, I turn my back, he's eating the food off my plate. I turn, I'm like, were you eating that? He's like, no. I'm like, there's food on your face. You're acting like a 7-year-old. He's like, I am 7. I'm like, oh yeah, you are. This is awkward. Can you not eat my food? My kid, he just eats the food on my plate. He acts like a dog. I had a dog one time. Happy birthday to you. My whole family turns our backs to go do something else because the candles are blown out. The birthday singing's over. Mom's gonna cut the cake, but she's gotta go smoke a joint in the backyard first. Dog jumps up on the table, starts eating it. That's like my son. I think he's part dog. I was looking at him the other day. You do kind of look like a fucking werewolf. Turn to my wife. Did you fuck a werewolf and not me? At work, I deal with all sorts of customers. At your job, you deal with all sorts of customers, right? And you always hear, the customer is always right, right? The customer is always right. Okay. Well, it makes it a little awkward when you go hang out with the customers and they're like, fuck this guy, fuck this race, fuck these protesters. And I'm like, yeah. That's the problem. Customer's always right. You have to agree with these guys, even if you don't agree with them inside. I was hanging out with one customer. Hey, how the parts are going? Oh, they're going pretty well, but fuck these Chinese. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, fuck these guys. Yeah, customer's always right. Oh, yeah. It makes things awkward, and I feel horrible. I'm like saying, oh, yeah, fuck these guys. You know, burritos are horrible, you know. And I love burritos. I love Chinese people. But this company, they want the business. Some of these guys are crazy, but they pay well. I'm like, what am I, in politics? That's what these guys probably feel like in politics. I knew a guy that couldn't handle it. He did politics a couple years. He's like, this is nuts. They go in there, and these guys are animals. But they pay. So you gotta deal with the animalistic shit. And it's like intense. You know, Biden's probably been to some parties like, whoa, holy shit, I just saw an Eskimo blow a midget. But these guys pay well, so I'm just gonna stand here. You know, you gotta deal with some shit. I'm waiting to go into the customer's business and that's happening. That would be kind of cool. But it's awkward when they're like, I'll do blackface if I want to for Halloween. I'm like, I don't know, bro, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, me too, yeah. So hopefully that guy doesn't say, hey, you promised. Because the customer's always right. Even if they do get you in trouble. I mentioned Biden. I gotta mention Trump, right? You gotta do both sides or you're in trouble. Trump got coronavirus. Do you see this? Of course you did. It's all over the news. That's all they talk about. I was just thinking, you know, Trump was on the phone with Mike Pence the day he found out he got coronavirus, and he was like, I didn't know hookers PP had it in it. You know, Mike Pence was probably like, yeah, I didn't know it either because I'm gay. Google search is such a party pooper. You know, it is horrible. You search anything on Google and it's just reality. I was searching, because I've been having this stomach acid thing. Hey, I have a burning sensation in my chest, you know. And it goes, oh, you could be dying. Heart attack, stroke, emphysema. Oh, this is great. This is wonderful. Thank you, Google. It's not heartburn, are you sure? And it is heartburn, but Google wants you to think it's something else. Google wants you to be a schizophrenic. Let's see if we can trip this guy out so he loses it in a subway one day. Guess what, Google? Way ahead of you. Did you know rectile massages cure hiccups? When I first heard that, I was like, how did they discover that? You know what I mean? Like, what was the guy that figured that one out? Like, oh, can you massage my butt? I have hiccups. Thank you. They're gone. Like, some creep went in a massage parlor and was like, I got hiccups. I gotta get rid of it. Massage me. She massaged the anus. I don't know. It was probably some weird guy that massaged his own anus and his hiccups went away. Some guy in a car in an abandoned parking lot and just like jerked off and did gross shit and did meth and then rubbed his ass and was like, huh, my hiccups are away. To close that off, did you know alligators have permanently erect penises? Did you know that? I was like shocked. I was like, thanks, Discovery Channel. Didn't know that. Sounds like my scout leader back in Boy Scouts. This podcast has been brought to you by Gatorade. Guys, that's it. I'm a little buzzed, and that's everything I can pretty much think of right now. I will be around. I have more shows coming up. Please follow me on Instagram, _AlexWoodyComedy. It'll keep you posted with local shows and international shows I'll be doing lately. And yeah, I guess that's it. All right. Well, adios, amigo.